What's up, you guys? Slim here at Team Symmetry, here to make a video for you guys. I guess this will be a Slim Chat episode. I couldn't decide what category to put it in, but we're going to make this one, if this list is real, ... etc. Basically, what this is going to be about is that a lot of people, in the last couple of hours actually, I uploaded the ban list video yesterday, the one that I got from my brother Vexy, and we talked about, is this list real? It's about 99% confirmed. It's pretty close to what's going to happen in September. At the same time, we don't know. At the same time, we could be trolled at any minute. It's not, out of the question that we could be trolled. With the events of Worlds that happened, all I want to say is shout out to Jarrell Pro Winston. He had an amazing performance. I feel he got cheated. He is an amazing player, an amazing person, and he brought a deck that no one was prepared for, and I think he deserves all the kudos, so shout out to him. We'll get him next year. That's all I can say. We'll get him next year. With that in mind, what I wanted to talk about in this video is, if this list is real, what are we going to do? What are we going to run? What's going to happen? What is the future of our game? So I'm going to get into it real quick, and I'm going to just go down the line of the list once more, but just a little more in depth. Okay, so this is gone. Problem solved for Dragons and their, guaranteed win. I understand that. Bryanek, I didn't understand. I didn't understand why Brio got banned until people, thank you guys again, told me that it helps the Atlanteans, that new water archetype that's coming out. I have absolutely no knowledge of that deck, so as soon as it comes out, as soon as I get some time, probably later today, I'll look into the deck just so that I understand it more. So those two cards were banned, and all it did was hurt Dragons. Future Fusion did hurt a couple other decks, because other decks would use it, like Heroes would use it, Gem Knights would use it, a lot of other decks would use it, but I mean, it had to go. It was too OP for Dragons. Now, here's the only, I guess, thing where I'm kind of a little puzzled. Ban lists usually have 4 cards banned, so in the back of my mind I'm thinking there's got to be 2 more cards, but at the same time, one of my really good friends yesterday at Locals said Konami doesn't care. If they're going to ban 2 cards, they're going to ban 2 cards, that's it. So in the back of my mind, if there are 2 slots left, I would say possibly Heavy Storm could get banned, or Monster Reborn, and possibly the last card would be either Blackluster Soldier, or it could be Elemental Hero Stratos. The reason why I say Stratos is because a lot of people said that would happen. A lot of people said Stratos would get banned because heroes are just so OP in the OCG and so good now that Escuriato is out. So I really don't know. We don't know yet. Maybe nothing else will get banned, but those are my thoughts on that. So that tells me right there that Dragons have been hit. That's one of the decks that's gone. When we look into the limited, Inzektor, you're done. I'm sorry. Hornet and Dragonfly, I mean, fuck. You have, no plays. It kind of sucks. I have to admit. I never cared for Inzektors. I never cared for the deck. Sole purpose when I went to regionals was to beat every Inzektor I ever played. I was always successful. I have never lost to an Inzektor in an actual event. I played one at Nationals. I 2-0'd it. I have not lost to Inzektors yet at an event. So I was very lucky. I had a clean slate with Inzektors from the minute I picked up Dino Rabbit. I played a lot with my teammates, where of course I did lose because I misplayed and I didn't draw as well, but that deck is done. So I have nothing else to say on Inzektors. Ultimate Offering means that offering gadgets have gotten hit. I don't know how effective offering gadgets were. I never played against it, but they slowed them down. That's basically what they did. They slowed them down just so that they can't over-exceed in Force Focus and that Shockmaster and all that other stuff. So yeah. Alright. Unfortunately, this is gone. Now, this was interesting, because me and my girlfriend were talking about this, because she runs Dragons, and she was like, fuck, not only did Future Fusion get hit, this got hit to 1. This is true. People would say that you can still run Chaos Dragons, but you would have to do it a completely different way. I personally don't know what that way is. I'm waiting to see till someone comes out with a broken list, but right now, with Red MD to 1 and Future Fusion banned, Chaos Dragons have taken a hit. But not only that, I'm going to jump down the list past Tsukiyomi for a minute. Chaos Sorcerer got hit too. They put Chaos Sorcerer to 1. They didn't touch BLS, but they took Chaos Sorcerer from 3 to 1, so they've slowed down your Chaos plays. However, I still think in the back of my mind Chaos Dragons could still be effective if they're built a certain way. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I feel. So yeah, so Dragons got hit, unfortunately. Now back up to Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi is a broken card from back in the day. I'm not going to do a back in the day in it, especially if it comes back, but it's basically a Book of Moon monster that bounces back to your hand. This card's so good because now, because of that, Nobleman of Crossout has become a playable card again. You can Tsukiyomi anything, and then you can cross it out. Combos for days against decks like Samurai, decks like Naturia Beast, decks that run cards that really just kind of shut down your main plays. So I feel that Tsukiyomi coming back is going to be an interesting card in the meta. Further down the list, Gishki Kraken. I know absolutely nothing about Gishkis. My friend told me yesterday about the hand loop they can do and how they can just, you lose like your hand or something like that. So basically it was another loop. Konami doesn't like loops, I guess. So that card got hit. I have nothing else to say because I don't know anything. Alright, Spore coming to 1. Everyone's like, Spore went to 3. No, Spore went to 1. Calm down. Spore went to 1, which means you can use Spore like you always did. Do plants have a chance of coming back? I don't know. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard talk that Billy Break is making a plant deck. I've heard a lot of things. You just have to wait and see. And now, Zen Mighty to 1. I don't agree with this. I thought hitting Hunter would be the problem. Hit the loop. Let the deck thrive as a deck that exceeds and does a lot of stuff, because a lot of decks XYZ summon. Now, someone told me that they hit Zen Mighty because they do like this 8,500 damage loop. Well, whoop-de-damn do. Effect Veiler is a card. Maxie's a card. You know, they're cards. So I don't agree with Zen Mighty, but, you know, at the same time, as long as they touch the loop, I'm happy, because I don't like hand loops. Okay, so that's talking about all the like main stuff that was hit in the Forbidden and Limited list. Now, on to the semi-limited. The first thing that got hit that everyone's like, oh my god, this list can't be real. Tour Guide got hit to 2. And people are like, how can this list be real? If you guys remember last list, Reborn Tengu was hit to 2 before the OCG even got it. And yes, I just saw the Dust Ghost. Sweet. Now, Tour Guide is like the new Tengu of the list. It got hit to 2. Is that really that big a deal? Honestly, no. People ask me, what are you going to do now? You can only run 2 Tour Guide. I'm going to run 2 Tour Guides, a Tour Bus, and a Sangan. Plain and simple. So I have nothing against that. Okay, the card that I cannot wrap my head around this for whatever reason it may be. It's not that I disagree with it. I just think it's probably the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. It was bringing this to 2. Now, I say this is weird. This is where my red flags went up for the list. However, I feel that since they put Torrential to 2, I guess Mirror Force to 2, I guess is in the same boat. But at the same time, I don't agree. Reasoning. Oh, it was Reasoning. It wasn't even Rekindling. Reasoning went to 2. So Reasoning is weird. I don't know what the point of that was, so I have nothing to say on that. Okay, a hero lives because heroes were dominant in the OCG. Pretty simple. Okay, the Herratic Seal of Convocation, because Herratics, they hit Red MD, so they can't do like their Gustav Max, like OTK bullshit, but a Herratic Seal of Convocation was to slow them down, so they can't search all their stuff, I guess, but I still think the deck's good. Alright, the next thing they did, which I cannot believe they actually did, was put Pot of Duality to 2. Now, the reason why I guess they did that was to slow down heroes, more slow down decks that combo off Pot of Duality, but at the same time, I didn't really agree with this call, but I mean, what are you going to do? Emergency call, so heroes again. They're trying to slow down heroes. They're trying to make it so that they're not as fast and not as OP, but emergency call, they only run 2, so I mean, kind of seems pointless in my opinion. Alright, Blackwing Kalute to 2. I like this because I wanted Blackwings to live again. My teammate's currently building them again and trying to see how they will do. And you know the OCG loves Blackwing, so they'll definitely find a new build for it. So look forward to that. Blackwings are pretty decent. The next thing that affects me, of course, is Rabbit to 2. Now, what I'm currently doing right now is rebuilding Rabbit for this new list, if this list is real, and I will be designing a deck that I'll be testing on DN probably later today. If you guys want to come and watch, the username is SlimXTeamSymmetry. I'll definitely be testing the deck. I'm still working on it. People ask me, how do you feel about Rabbit going to 2? To be honest, when you run Rabbit, you only need 2 Rabbits. The 3rd Rabbit is there so that if you Pot of Avarice back everything, you can do it again. Tour Guide is still a card. Even at 2, you run 2 Tour Guide, 2 Rabbit. You won't open as consistent as you used to, but I would still run Tour Bus, and I would still run a way to get Rabbit faster, which means I would probably run Gold Sark. So it's going to be a lot like the old school build of Rescue Rabbit. If you guys look at the first couple builds, like from YCS Brighton, Bobby Breaks build, those are the builds I'm looking for, and those are the builds I'm going to be aiming to build today. So definitely that's what I think about Rescue Rabbit. I think it's still a completely playable deck. It's still completely viable. You just really have to analyze your plays and really be able to dodge Effect Veiler. So that's what I think about Rescue Rabbit. Debris Dragon to 2. My plant, the plant engine kind of just shoots up in my head again because Debris Dragon is so great with that deck. Makes me think that the plants are going to try to make a comeback with double Debris and Spore, so definitely look forward to that. Agent of Mystery Earth to 2 means that people are going to run Agents again. That's fine with me. I like Agents. I don't know what builds they're going to make of Agents, but I think Agents will still have one of the best opening plays with Venus and Shine Balls and all that, so that'll definitely be an interesting thing to see. Now, the cards that you can play 3 of. Gardener to 3, Light Sworns automatically pop into my head because the Twilight versions of that deck run Necrogardna, and that is an annoying ass card. Like, you think you have game and all of a sudden boom, they just like stop you. So I can see Necrogardna being definitely affecting people's ability and opportunity to play Lightsworns. Marshmallow into 3, I said that, I didn't even mean it, I only said it because I thought it was the most random card ever. Stall decks, obviously. Emergency Teleport breathes new life into decks like Teledad and Agents, because you can special summon Psychic Commander, Krebons, whatever it is, and Synchro, Exceed, whatever you need to do. And I think E-Teleport is going to be an amazing card. My friend and I were talking about it yesterday. It's going to make Solemn Warning such a bitch to play, because you'll Warning for 2,000, they'll just activate E-Teleport to bring out another monster. So they're going to find a way to get around your Solemn Warning one way or another. So I think E-Teleport is going to make a big difference. I definitely do see a return of Teledad, and if it does, I will definitely be building it and profiling it, because I love that deck. Everyone knows that that's my favorite deck of all time, so I look forward to that. Destiny Draw to 3 is another reason why Teledad may come back. The ability to use Malicious, the ability to use your D heroes and to draw into what you need and to set up your combos is broken. Swords Revealing Light to 3, more stall crap. Level Limit Area B, more stall crap. And Magic Cylinder to 3. Now here's where I don't see another red flag, but I see a big mistake on Konami's part. Magic Cylinder is now going to be a very splashable card in the sense that people may side deck it, they may main deck it, they may just troll you with it. Decks like Chainburn abuse that card. So now that they can run 3 Cylinder and 3 D-Wall and no Inzectors are around to pop everything, I feel that burn decks and stall decks are going to be really broken, and they're going to beat you down with just burn damage. That kind of sucks. Anyways, that's a whole analyzation of the list again. Now, people ask me, what would I run for the format? Currently, I am running Dark World. The reason why I'm running Dark World is that I think what's ironic is that with Tour Guide going to 2, Mike Ballon's build from Long Beach is even more relevant, because he only ran 2 Tour Guides and he ran a Malefic Stardust. So I feel that that build is probably the best. That's actually the current build I have right now. I'm using it. I was testing it yesterday. It was doing very well. I tested it against a lot of different decks just to see how it did. My friend wouldn't take out his Zen Mighty, so I still got hit with the wind-up loop. But I mean, other than that, the deck's still really good. I think Dark World's a very viable option. Like I said, I feel Dino Rabbit is still another viable option. But in the back of my head, to where my heart stays true to the game, I want to rebuild this. If you guys can see, this is Gravekeeper. I feel Gravekeeper is going to have a really good chance this upcoming meta. If Heavy Storm gets banned, you already know that GKs are going to be top tier, because this deck is broke. And I feel that if built properly, it can be brought to another finish, a very high finish, a very powerful win, a very powerful top, whatever it is. Now, if this list is real, it means that Konami did what they needed to do and got rid of Inzector. They crippled Chaos Dragons. They slowed down Dino Rabbit. They hurt windups. However, they left some decks that should never be left alone. This deck did not get hit. There goes my phone. Anyway, this deck did not get hit. Ridiculous. I couldn't believe that it didn't get hit. And what's interesting is that stall decks are broke as shit. And now that there's nothing to really pop them with, I feel Final Countdown is going to be maybe a more splashable deck. So you could see a lot more Final Countdown in the future. I think they could have done a lot better with this list. They could have hit 1 day apiece. They could have hit Final Countdown itself. They could have hit something to slow down on the deck. They shouldn't have brought Cylinder to 3. That was a bad call. Making burn decks more viable is ridiculous. I don't fully agree with the list, but if this is our list for the format, we have to deal with it. Anyways, that's my whole little spiel on the list. I think the most viable decks right now are going to be Dark World. They're going to possibly be X-Sabers. I feel Blackwings will make a comeback. I feel Heroes are still playable. I feel Dino Rabbit is still playable. And I feel that all these decks will be playable, and that our next format, if this is our list, will be an interesting one. It will be a lot faster than it ever has been before, and I will just keep you guys posted. I will profile decks as I build them to get some help and get some ideas. And I feel that if I can bring back Gravekeepers, Malefic, any of my classic decks, I definitely will. But for right now, I'm testing with Dark World. I will be on DN later to test Dark World out with people if you guys want to play. And just let me know what you guys think. You know, thumbs up the video, 150 plus likes would be awesome. And I will return with my content next week. I'll be having 3 guest uploads, Team Saki, Galactic God, and my boy Kirby Curbs. That's it. Everyone else will receive a shout out. I'm getting too much negative feedback from people uploading on my channel. So from now on, I'm not going to do it anymore. From now on, I'm just going to give you guys shout outs. And I feel that that's a lot more fair than getting your video on here, you getting bashed for your content, content when you have decent content and people just don't agree with it because it's not my content. So after next week, I'm not going to be doing any more guest uploads. I'll just be giving you guys shout outs and helping you guys one-on-one with your content. So I got to say, guys, thumbs up the video. Let me know what you guys think. What would you play if this list is real? And what do you think? Are we getting trolled, or is this what we have to look forward to for the next 6 months? That's all I got to say, guys. Thank you for watching.